Jarrett Goes to the Movies is a free, commercial-free podcast made possible by our amazing supporters. Please take a moment and visit jarrettgoestothemovies.com.
Let's go.
Click Support Us and see how you can unlock tons of exclusive content, be a part of the show, and much more for as little as $1 a month. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show. Oh, and listener discretion is advised.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Jarrett Reddick, and this is a podcast. It's called Jarrett Goes to the Movies. Each week, we get together and talk about a movie that we watched that week, plus whatever the hell else is on our minds. And we're glad you're here. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days we'll be talking about today. Great movie, never seen it. There was a lack of whistling today from Matthew McConaughey's whistles for his S's. And so I'm thinking that maybe that is something that is happening to him with age.
Well, he more than made up for it for the number of times that he said the word ladies a bunch.
Girls like
two
that
dozen.
shit. Girls like it. They like that shit, man. It's just
settle down, ladies.
I'm not sure that's true. No,
oh, they don't?
I don't think so.
My name's Jarrett. Welcome to Jarrett Goes to the Movies. And man, it seems like we're busy all of a sudden. It seems like we just did Rocky Horror Picture Show 3 days ago.
But 3 days ago? Is that the one we did? No, Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh, that's right. Grand Budapest. Hotel Rwanda, right? You know what we did?
The Grand Hotel.
Grand Hotel Rwanda is what we did.
It's a real interesting mashup.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It was pretty good. So it's still COVID-y. Eric's still coming in remotely. Sean's still coming in remotely. And luckily, Casey and I have our friend Amy to come over here and join us. So it's not like just super weird, and it makes us put on pants, But yeah, it's exciting stuff. With me, as always, is Eric. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing great. I think we need to talk about what happened last night at trivia. Not your team name, which was horribly offensive, and we won't mention it. But
You're welcome.
We have 43 questions on most nights.
Yeah.
You want to tell the folks how many of the 43 you got right last night?
I believe we got 42.
That is correct.
Yeah.
42 fucking questions about the most random shit in the universe.
Yeah, we did.
Apparently my mom knows a lot of shit about horses.
That was crazy. I mean, it was just like the perfect combination last night because there was a split round of types of horses, and then you had to get the category, and Shannon knew every one of them. And then the next thing was the free thing. It was like the answer would be like Willie or Wheelin' or Fallen or whatever. And it was things that, that you could have put the word free in front of. And then Casey actually just was like, guys, I think free silver is a thing. And we were all just
my mom has definite answers. And I just go, I'm just saying. It for sure sounds like something I think I heard of, maybe.
Yeah.
And I'm putting my foot down. And everyone's like, that doesn't mean anything.
The noted 19th century agrarian economic policy. Free silver.
That's what I said.
Yeah. But yeah,
I want to know who got the former capital of West Virginia question correct.
Michelle knew the name of the city. And she was like, I'm positive that there's a city in that state called Wheeling. And we just were like, fuck it. It's got to be that.
We have the connection. So
we already knew the connection. And you said, and it's like that for us a lot of times. We figure out I'm not joking. We get the connection sometimes like on the first question, but definitely we get it a lot on like the second.
That can't possibly be true.
It really will be. I promise you. It'll just be something.
We get it on the first a lot.
Yeah, we really do. I mean, because it'll just be like.
How could you know after one question what a series
it happens
of questions.
It happens all the time. Like one time it was like Kodiak, we're like, it's got to be like bears or pancakes. Like, it's just one of those things.
In fact, it's kind of like a little
mountain
competition.
ranges
I'm just saying,
between our
like, you
groups.
just, like when it's fun to try to guess on the first one.
People just start spitting shit out is the thing. So it's almost like, it's like a
And
brainstorm.
then by the second one, you already know what it is because you already put out all the
And
stuff.
Casey is almost always the one that gets our connection.
Yeah, she's really good at that. And then the thing that you do where you go a
Phobia.
phobia or
I used to be good at that. I don't know.
No,
I
give
think
yourself
y'all
more
just like to
credit.
say that still.
yeah,
'cause it's
but
fun.
great round last night though. You it was killer. And I really liked the group of people too. It's so funny too because when you said when we very first started doing that and you were like, I mean, if I could make the same money and not have to go there, like maybe I'll just keep doing this. And I was like, nobody is going to want to do this from home after this is all over. And we're unanimous now. We're all like, this is fucking better than going to the gym. We'll just keep doing this.
Plus,
it's
they
like,
raised the prices of their hot wings. So fuck 'em.
I mean,
Yeah.
me and Casey and Gary and Michelle, both of our households are saving like with a babysitter and with food and drinks are $300 a week. And it's like, dude, I mean, that's a bunch of money. And and we're still getting the night out because we just go over to somebody else's house,
Yeah, all of us, but Amy.
Yeah.
I like to be at my house.
I enjoy it too. And for people who want to do it live, Trevor is still over there rocking it.
Nothing against that place.
That it's going well. So great. So, but you guys did great. I was very proud of you. That was really good.
There is part of me that's like, well, who the fuck's over there taking over our turf? Like,
wait, I wonder if we still have a table.
Yeah, who's at our table? I don't like it.
My lovely wife Casey is here. Hi, babe.
Hi.
Okay, we had to watch the movie separately today because I literally had to watch it right before this thing. So anyway, but I usually don't watch a romantic comedy without you. It was weird.
I'm doing great. Thanks.
I was just trying to do another conversation. I was including you in the thing.
I had a weird day. I got my hair done today for my friend Katie, and this lady, like full on, like pregnant lady, just full on passed out in the hair salon. And we had to like call the paramedics, and that was weird. And there was a whole thing. And then it's also the last day of my 20s, and that's sad.
But it's your birthday.
Tomorrow is her birthday. She will be turning 30.
Yeah.
And you know what? Today was I didn't even know this. And Sean caught one of them, but I don't think he caught both.
It's Rosh Hashanah.
Oh, really? I don't know. Is that band that was on Grease?
No, shalala.
Shanana. Remember Bowser? Today is the 18th birthday of Drunk Enough to Dance. Is that right, Sean? 18th? And it's also, I believe, the 18th birthday of the movie Freaky Friday. We have gold records for both of those.
Which is crazy because, like, we all know what happened to Lindsay Lohan after that film, but, like, what happened to the other chick that was in that movie?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. We still say she's in the Halloween movies with Anthony Michael Hall, who we will be talking to on Monday.
So is that not the movie where she plays both twins?
That's
The
funny.
parent.
I got it. I got it right.
God damn it! It is The Parent Trap. Well, never mind.
Oh, okay.
Cut that out.
Oh, I thought that was the
good
joke.
one.
I thought-
Good one.
No, it's not good if you don't know what the fuck you're talking
I'm
about.
sorry.
Did y'all ever watch The Old Parent Trap? I used to like that
loved
movie
it.
whenever I was a kid.
Loved it.
I never saw the original.
Really, with the little short haircuts and the let's get together. Nobody?
Oh,
No, I
Katie,
did. I loved
Katie
it.
Morgan. I forgot to text you back about that. I'm actually excited about it. So, I do apologize. This was a crazy weekend. It was our anniversary, and there was a lot of drinking to do.
Because we like to relive our wedding.
We actually did.
We're in Vegas.
I was just
We
as
did because you woke up at 3.
I was just as hungover on our anniversary as I was our wedding day.
Memories.
Yeah. Love, exciting, and new. So, East Texas Sean is here. What's up, dude?
Yo.
Sean's been busy this week. It's been crazy. There's a lot going on. Lots of shit happening.
He was quick on that unmute today. That was good.
Right. But
What is he? What are you holding up?
Not a brownie.
Mouse.
What?
The mouse.
Oh,
no, it doesn't look like a
Cool.
mouse. It looks like a little computer part. And then, of course, Amy Pittsinger is here. Hey, Amy.
Hello. How are you?
Doing good. And you?
I'm great.
this is your pick
It's my favorite movie.
ever.
I love it.
It's-
It's kind of tied with my best friend's wedding, but
Yeah. So you're a sucker for the romantic comedy.
love them so much.
Yeah.
I can watch this over and over and over.
Yeah.
And
This one.
Oh, this was a comedy.
Okay. A little preview of coming attractions there.
I like to think of it as a psychological thriller.
Should I just
Yeah.
said chick flick? You know, does Derek like chick flicks?
Yeah, he likes chick
I
flicks.
see
Yeah.
that for him.
Yeah, he likes this movie a lot.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it too. I mean, obviously that's what we're going to talk about, but I didn't expect it to be as good as it was.
I'm glad you liked it.
But I liked that Fool's Gold movie that they did together too.
Oh,
Actually.
Yep, that's right on up there. I just think that they need to be together forever and always.
Yeah. Like, they're like her mom was with Burt Reynolds all the no.
Kurt Russell.
No, but she did movies with Burt
I
Reynolds and
Yeah, that's right.
hey, it's funny. It's a funny name. Got a little pal named Scrappy running around getting adventures.
Yeah.
Boy, Casey loves it when people smack their lips
It's
on
the
the
best.
thing.
Yay.
Guys, well, welcome. We're going to talk about The Parent Trap tonight. I'm excited about that. And sorry, I was just being a fucking dick. Little news that's coming up here. Actually, I got some news for our UK fans as well. So pay attention. Don't fast forward. August 10th, which will be after this. Which will be after this. Okay, this will come out after that. I don't even have to talk about that. I guess I do because people might watch it on the internet. August 10th, we will be doing a live edition of our show at the socially distanced Lava Cantina with Anthony Michael Hall. We'll be talking weird science. To get a table, just go to Lava Cantina, their Facebook page. And then on August 29th, Jason David Frank will join us. He is the Green Ranger that became the White Ranger. And we will be watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So that's exciting stuff. And obviously those will be episodes in the future. So if you can't get here, don't worry about it. We'll be fine. No new supporters to talk about this week. However, I do have some cool news for those of you who are in the UK or in Europe. They now will let you do our pledges in pounds and EU, which I understand is an easier conversion rate for you guys. And so we'll be opting into that as in the coming weeks and getting all that figured out so that it's less of a pain in the ass for you guys over there to support the show, because we certainly do appreciate you and want to make it as easy as possible. But yes, all of our support comes from Patreon, and Patreon will be getting our Patreon supporters get perks and fun shit. $10 level, we'll be starting to do our monthly chats again this month. $35 level, you get to send in videos anytime you want. And at the $50 level, you get to be on 5 questions, which you will hear later on in this show. This is a David Dooley and Woody Chambers production, and our producers are also Patreon supporters, and they do include Ad Craner, Amy Pitzinger, Andy Smith, Ashley C., Brian Mason, Brian Dunning, Shell Ordway, Chris Cranfill, Chris Jacobs, Daniel Cotton, David Dooley, David Murray, Denny Chambers, Derek Smith, Diane Small, Don Petretta, Emily Parnell, Gage Strickland, Gareth Roberts, Geraldine Darling, Gregory Cordone, Greg Lee, A Hangover You Don't Deserve podcast, Heidi Claire, Jared Spear, Jason Aylesworth, Jeff Yeager, fucking Joe Barlow, Joey Bishop, John Gickler, Joseph Richards, Josh Millman, Kate Etro, Katie Gardner, Kim Murphy, Kirsty Fisher, Lily Holohan, Lisa Wenzel, Lucy Murray, Mandy Pretty, Maddie Ice, Michael Price, Mike Breton, Nick Brignoni, Rodon James, Ray Elliott, Rich Osborne, Robert Mays, Sean Blackstone, Sean Barger, Steve May, Steve Rhodes, Tess Green, Trey Wren, Vinny Cataldo, Wendy Kropf, Woody Chambers, and Svi Hurst. Give it up for all of our amazing supporters. You guys are the reason God made Oklahoma. All right, guys, we do have a submission this week for a for a video thing. So let me do this. Let me get it brought up first. Here we go. All right, let's see how this works.
Click on that.
I click on this thing. I'm gonna click on this. I'm gonna click on this thing. Yep.
Control Shift P.
Yep. And let's see.
So How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days came out during my sophomore year of high school. It was on at every single birthday party. I thought it'd be fun to watch it this Saturday afternoon. Boy, was I wrong. I hated every second of it. First of all, what kind of name is Andy Anderson, and why does she have to introduce herself so many times? Hi, I'm Andy Anderson. Andy Anderson. Ugh, it was so annoying. And how does she have so much confidence that she can just hook any old guy and, make it a challenge to lose him in 10 days? What the heck? Oh, that's right. It's because she's the hot, cool girl who likes sports and politics. Then why does she think the normal things that girls do are creating a scrapbook of their future children, having a love burn? How did it die so fast? Couples therapy on day 7. The only way it would have redeemed itself was if Hot in Here played longer.
That's funny.
That
is good. Very good. Lucy Murray.
And your hair looks amazing.
Yeah, it's Lucy Murray, our longtime supporter and friend of the show. Been on the show a bunch of times. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, PG-13, came out in 2003. It says right here, Eric, romance comedy. I'm surprised you didn't know that.
Okay, well, I stand corrected then.
6.4 out of IMDb. Are you ready for this, Amy? 42% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's so sad.
That means 42% of the critics polled liked this movie more than they hated it.
I always wonder though. I don't think romantic comedies do so well with critics.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're hit or miss. I think when Harry Met Sally probably did good.
Yeah, that one.
And
Let's see, what was that other one with 10 in it? 10 Things.
Oh, 10 Things I Hate About You would do
That's
really
a great
well.
movie.
Let's see what that one comes in at.
check it out.
I'm doing it.
69.
I'm doing it right now. It is a 69.
Ooh.
Nice.
Very good. Yeah. So, but hey, look, here's the thing. If critics, were paying the bills, that would be one thing, but they're not, obviously. This movie cost $50 million to make, box office $178 million. So over triple its money. So it did just fine, Eric.
Well, I'm happy for the studio that put this out because
they did good. Now let me ask you this: had you ever seen this movie before?
Okay, I, as it turns out, yes.
Okay,
but going into it, I really didn't know.
All right,
and I didn't know that I had until she started talking about the love fern. So I've either seen that one specific part, but then it all started coming back to me. I honestly thought we were watching Failure to Launch at first.
Love that movie.
So I did record a pre-synopsis before, and I got most of it right. But you don't have to play it because I did get most of it right.
Well, let me just play it anyway, right?
Okay.
Yeah, let's
do
just
it.
Here. I mean, it's here. Oh, wait, I forgot to play your song.
Because I had seen it.
Eric.
Synopsis.
Kate Hudson is a writer or some shit like that, and she's writing an article about dating and how she can lose a guy in 10 days. But the guy is Matthew McConaughey, and he is trying to prove to his friends that he isn't just a love 'em and leave 'em playboy, so the task isn't quite as easy as it seems. And I am 99% sure that they end up together at the end after they find out about each other's nefarious dealings.
That, I think, was a good guess because they always end up together, right? You did good.
I didn't remember that the bet on his part wasn't really just with his friends. It was like for work or something like that.
Yeah,
but
it was ethically fucking really, really bad. Just like a really, really bad thing.
there's a gray area there, I think.
All right. So what's the real synopsis, Eric?
Well, the real synopsis isn't great. Benjamin Barry is an advertising executive and ladies' man who, to win a big campaign, bets that he can make a woman fall in love with him in 10 days.
That is
That
so
is
not good.
literally
So nothing about her.
IMDb synopsis for this movie.
That is so. I mean, like, to me, the movie's more about her than it is him. I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's because we see her first, maybe. But
She's the one doing more work. Like, she's the one, like...
Yeah, she's the one that has to completely change her personality and become a different person.
It's also called How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, not How to Win a Diamond Campaign in 10 Days.
I think that's a better point.
So...
all right, guys, hang on to your hats. Let's talk about this movie here.
Who will use Michelle's personal life for a story?
Oh, I'll do it. What? I'll sort of do it. You will be my inspiration.
For?
Look at Michelle. She is a great girl, right?
Yes.
An amazing woman. But she has a problem hanging on to relationships and doesn't really know what she's doing wrong, which is like a lot of our readers.
Uh-huh.
So, I was thinking that I could start by dating a guy and then drive him away, but only using the classic mistakes most women, like Michelle, make all the time. I'll keep a diary of it, and it will be sort of a dating how-to in reverse.
What not to do.
Yeah.
How to lose a guy in 10 days. Yes. Go.
Yeah, why 10 days? That's what she says.
Because it goes to print in 11 days.
Yeah, 5 is too short.
5 days is too short.
Yeah, 5 days is too short. That's yeah. Yeah, her friend who is that actress that I really, really like, and I can never think of her name.
Catherine Hahn.
It's Anna Gasteyer. It's fucking Anna Gasteyer.
They don't even look anything alike.
I do get
You have got to be kidding me. Every movie she's in, I'm like, wow, I'm glad to see this lady from like 1990s Saturday Night Live still getting work.
I do get them mixed up too. I will admit that. Yeah, she dated a guy for a week, best week of her life, and she cried during sex the first time, told him she loved him, and she goes, well, how far into that was it? 5 days. Okay, 2 days, And then all of a sudden he got really busy. I don't know what the thing was with that,
And I called him 30 times, but didn't leave a message.
Oh no, even the hottest girl in the world, you're very beautiful, but even the hottest girl in the world can't call a guy like that. You ever have that problem, Eric?
Which problem?
Either one. Either side of that thing.
No.
No?
No, I don't think anybody's ever called me 30 times in a row, and I wouldn't blame them for not doing that. And I can't recall a time where I ever called a girl 30 times and didn't leave messages and was kind of creepazoid about it. But
I'm glad we don't have to call people anymore. Like it's just, like you just text them, and now the way that they ghost
that's
you.
Kind of worse, don't you think? Because when you text somebody or when someone texts you, like you read it no matter what. Yeah. When someone called you, you just didn't answer the phone. So you didn't know what crazy bullshit thing they were going to say. They just, like she said, didn't leave a message. She just called and hung up and called. But I just think it's worse. Like now I actually have to physically read this because you can't just not read it. I'm not going to get a crazy text message and be like, I'm not reading that.
Yeah.
What's a thing about having a tendency to date men that were older than me during the texting era is that if you got a crazy one, they would call you 100 times and then text you while they're calling, why are you not answering? Or I'm it's like a double.
Oh, yeah.
That's worse.
Or do they write a text like a letter? Mm-hmm. Dear Casey.
Yep.
Please call me back.
Yeah. The worst is when somebody leaves you a voicemail and then texts you to tell you that they left you a voicemail and then emails you to tell you they sent you a text and then Facebook messages. Yeah.
That's like my grandma. My grandma does that.
Yeah. It's like, man, pick an avenue of communication and fucking stick with it.
Stay there.
Sometimes I do, though, switch, and then I'll be like, hey, we need to move over to this thing because it's easier for whatever conversation we're having.
Is it always not on the phone?
No, never is it. Let's have a phone call.
I just think it's just easier just to get the conversation out of the way and it be done forever.
There are times where I feel like that, and I still don't call, but I understand the value of a phone call. And I think one time I called Jarrett while I was in the car or something, and I didn't want to text and I didn't want to forget something. And I knew that he wasn't going to answer the phone, but I just tried it. And guess what? he didn't answer the phone.
I'm an unattentive texter too. So like the conversation, if I need like an answer, like I'm going to forget I ever texted somebody and never text them back. And it's just there's never going to be a resolution.
Yeah. I married a girl 18 years younger than me of the texting generation that doesn't text good.
LOL.
Yeah.
I'm a texter, and now I think all my friends know that. So if they call me, I get really nervous and I answer.
Yeah.
Because I feel like something's wrong.
You said except for me. You just
Except
know
for
I'm
you.
just
I mean,
calling for something
but I'll
literally
still answer 'cause
unimportant.
it's you.
Yeah. That's if I call Kelly, or she calls me, you just, when they go, hello,
Everything
you go,
okay?
everything's fine.
Yeah.
Just calling you to tell you this thing. Yeah. So, I mean, this is a pretty good idea in theory to, excuse me, guys, date a guy and try to chase him away because you think she thinks she's going to be able to do it in 2 days and just be done with it. Right. And most guys probably would be, first of all, I'm not leaving to go get a drink for somebody with a minute left in the game. Secondly, the concession stands aren't even still open then.
Nope. Yeah, that was a continuity error in this. They close at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, I didn't like it. But yeah, so I
thought about that while watching it. It doesn't matter like how new or exciting or whatever. Like, there's no way you would do that.
Yeah.
Right.
I just don't know. I also don't know. I don't know that I could ever look anybody seriously in the face again, no matter how good looking they are, if they said any girl, anywhere, anytime, like I could make her fall in love with me or whatever. It was just like, man, like that is super, super douchey. Not really that douchey, Matthew McConaughey.
Well, so this is kind of the issue I had with the movie. And it's not really that the movie was bad, but if you're going to make a movie like this, then there's one fucking thing you've got to do. And that's make at least one of those two characters generally likable going into this kind of fucked up situation that they put in. But neither one of them were likable. They were just jackasses who made a bet and agreed to be in that situation. So I just spent the whole time hoping more bad things would happen to them.
Yeah.
And that he would get so frustrated by all this crazy stuff happening, and that she would get frustrated because she has to get more and more desperate with all this dumb shit she has to do. So I'm not denying at all the douchebag concept of it, but there is part of it where he's not telling them like, I can make any girl fall in love with me necessarily because he thinks he's like God's gift to women. I think he's saying, I'm a salesperson and I can pitch, and I'm telling you that if you let me pitch this diamond, we're going to get the deal. Like, we're marketing to women. I can market. Like, I mean, I'm just showing you that I can see what somebody wants and give them the illusion of it. I guess I don't know.
I didn't find her not likable. I mean, she's basically trying to,
because her nipples were out the whole time.
She is trying to, get somewhere at a magazine where there's not a lot of places to go.
It's a shithole thing to do to somebody. If this movie had his part of the bet wasn't happening, he just was a nice guy, then she's a shithole for putting somebody through that for 10 days. I don't think so, because they didn't say make him like you. They said make him not like you. Like, that's not hurting someone's feelings. That's being some crazy bitch for the rest of his life, a story he tells
and
that's
it
funny.
just so happens that she got the wrong guy.
Yeah, I think though,
which is the whole point.
I have to agree with Eric just because once she's dangling the carrot, so to speak, and I realize they're both doing that to one another, but still.
And that's what I mean. If this is the scenario, and it's almost, I mean, we've seen this before. We saw this in American Pie where there was a bet or kind of a setup with going to prom. We saw this in She's All That where, I bet I can turn her into the prettiest girl in school.
We got to do that movie.
That's a good one.
So that's fine. Oh, and I liked Rachel Lee Cook back in the day. Mm-hmm. But anyway, that plot device is fine. But like I said, it's just, and maybe had they just spent 10 more minutes establishing that these people weren't just two selfish jackasses, then maybe the movie would have worked better for me. But just that they didn't take the time to do it just drove me crazy. I just couldn't get invested in either one of them being happy because I really didn't want them to be.
I thought that they made an attempt with her though, because she did go get this girl and, make sure she got to work. And then, I mean, she really was taking one for the team.
And wasn't that, she was trying to save her friend with this idea in the first place.
Exactly.
She was trying to get her out of a
I think that it was better than like the she's all that premise, because it wasn't one innocent person that the whole time you're like, they're going to get hurt. They're going to find out. It's like, I think it made it, the funny aspects were funnier because both of them were like in this shitty situation.
Exactly. And for her, it wasn't, she expected this to last 2 days.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right.
Once she flipped the switch, she thought that was going to be it.
So she got instant payback.
But here's the other thing, and to take it a step further, I mean, the bosses suggesting and going along with this are shittier than they are.
I think so too. I think the bosses are the worst.
Yeah, I mean they're even shittier because and then not to mention, I mean, there's just fucking ethics red flags all over this, man. Like my college ethics teacher would be fucking rolling over in his non-existent grave right now. But just the two girls that knew that she was writing the art and like setting him up to just get totally just shit on or whatever. But again, I guess you could say they're thinking she's going to drive him away. He's not going to be able to do this.
It was brilliant.
He's not losing some great love. He's going to get rid of some crazy bitch.
Yeah,
exactly.
Just, I mean, it was definitely a really good, despite, it being mean, it was a very good setup. It's definitely not what I expected it to be. I mean, I assumed that it was going to be what it was. I just by the title, I was like, okay, she's going to be a writer and this is going to be like a thing. And it's just going to be a how-to thing. I was right about that. But the other part, I didn't really realize. I don't really understand why, once they found out who each other were, there wasn't more of just well, this is weird. There's this thing
I guess
going
it makes
on.
sense. You were acting crazy, but I still did fall in love with you.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, when she found out he works at the advertising agency that's having this gala where his boss is spending all her money, and he's like, "Oh, you work at that magazine that we're spending all their money with us." I just didn't understand why that wasn't more of like oh, really? Well, this is weird. We have this gala coming up with you guys.
Huh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. But if they wrote that into it,
you're right. I mean, but they just kind of sidestepped that. I mean, he was just like, "Oh, I write for this. Oh, yeah, it's the biggest selling magazine, blah, blah, blah."
Yeah, I thought he would say something at dinner.
Yeah. You guys are this huge account. Like, do you know such and such? I'm trying to get that account. Why wouldn't he do that? But, whatever. You know what? I didn't write the movie. You know who did? You know who one of the writers of this was? Do you guys know the comedian Brian Regan?
No.
He's the comedian's comedian. So you ask any comedian who the best, working comedian is, and they'll all say Brian Regan because he's observational, but he's not dirty. And he's just really like, he can do 30 minutes on the science fair, and bring people to tears. Anyway, one of the writers.
Didn't one of the guys from Fargo have a writing credit in this too?
Yeah, Jeff Fargo.
Not Jeff Fargo.
No, Jeff Fargo.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
No, I was wrong. It must have been another one we watched recently. It was like one of the Coen brothers in some film that didn't have anything to do with the weird Coen brothers shtick. So, my bad. Sorry, I didn't mean to bore you.
No,
Jared.
man, I don't know why I can't wake up.
Coen or Joel Coen thing.
This is
Sorry.
fucking crazy. Just been a long day. Yeah. So let's move on to the next clip. I mean, unless you guys want to talk about them getting back to his house, and he lights the candles, and then he puts on the music. And goes, wait a minute, this isn't a one night stand. So he blows all the candles out, and then she gets on the bed because she's dangling the fruit or whatever. And then he's like, "Come sit by me up here," or whatever. Just a lot of okay, it's too fast. Go. Okay, it's too fast. Go. Okay, it's too fast. Go. And then of course when they're leaving that night, he's like, "You're already falling in love with me," and she goes, "I'm gonna make you wish you were dead."
That was funny.
All right, I'm sorry though. I'm going to the game with somebody else.
Not anymore. Besides, what, you think you left your purse at my place by accident? No, subconsciously you are dying to take me to that game. Denying your subconscious desires is extremely dangerous to your health, young lady.
Does that psychobabble really work on anybody?
You tell me.
Andy, you're so bad. right, meet me at the 7th Avenue entrance. 7:30, don't be late.
You got it. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And that's how it's done.
And that's how it's done.
I mean, she looks so much like her mom. And I grew up watching Goldie Hawn's movies. Seems like Old Times, Private Benjamin, Wildcats, they go on and on and on. And it just like, sometimes I actually forget that it's not Goldie Hawn. Like it literally happens. It's crazy.
Yeah, she's super pretty, just naturally pretty. I like that.
Let's talk about the fact that, okay, I get that her friend wasn't really into basketball, but I'd be pretty pissed off if you didn't even ask me if I didn't want to go still.
Right.
Which friend was it that was supposed to be going?
The coworker with the dark hair.
The dark.
Oh, and she just like, okay, you're not going now.
I'm not really into lots of sports, but if I got to go to like an exciting playoff game, like, yeah, I fucking want to go.
I could get into any sport if it's a playoff.
Yeah, I support your fun game with the dude, but like at least ask first. I'd say.
I know, but Andy's so bad, you guys.
I know.
Oh my
that
gosh,
was bad.
you're so bad.
You're so bad. Ugh.
I've been to a Knicks game at the Garden before, and I got taken by my attorney back in the day, and it was very fun.
Yeah, that's a pretty classic place to watch a game, right? Or a boxing match or something like that. I mean, that's a top. I walked by there on the way to whatever train station is right near there, or maybe there's a train station right under it. I don't recall, but
there is actually, yeah.
I was in New York for work, and that's where that train station is where I had a $28 quesadilla from an Applebee's under there in New York City.
That'll happen in New York City. Yeah.
So it's pretty good.
Yeah. There's a TGI Fridays that we ate at on Times Square, and it's a $24 hamburger. And
you know where you go when you're in New York for a.
Yeah. I'm like, wait, what?
Well,
like Sbarro's.
We did hit up Sbarro's to get a slice.
Oh, I would go there.
Yeah.
New York slice.
New York.
What do y'all think about the fact that he sent her 100 roses after a night that they met in a bar and didn't do anything to her work? That would I would just be like, oh, this guy's going to murder me. I should find another one and say how to lose a guy in 9 days.
Right. But she knew that he had found the Knicks tickets by that point.
Yeah.
And she was getting the roses because he knew about the tickets.
But he knows what women desire, as a marketing executive. Why wouldn't he? So, you may not think you would like 100 white roses, which you are still 100 times more beautiful than, according to the card.
My friend Katie went out with a guy one time, just a dinner date, and he sent this arrangement that was like, if I'm not actually exaggerating, 4 feet high to our work. And we still everyone just refers to him remember that guy that sent you that fucking tree to the work? Remember the guy
that's like landscaping.
Yeah, exactly. That sent you a fucking bush. Wasn't that weird? That guy he thought he was nailing it. And everyone's like, what a psycho. He's gonna murder you.
Yeah, I mean, was it a funeral spray or
no? But I got one of those one time.
Did you really?
Yeah, I had a boyfriend when I was a teenager who was in the military. So he was trying to be nice and be like, hey, but he didn't know how to really anything about ordering flowers, so he just got me the big one.
Yeah,
real excited, and sent me a fucking big. It was
on one of those wireframe.
It was huge. Yes, and
sorry about your loss.
Yeah, it got taken up to my 3rd floor apartment, and I opened my. I'm just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, no, that can't be for me. And I looked, and it's like, miss you. Hope this makes you smile. I'm like, this makes me horrified.
So I think it's been long enough. I'm going to go ahead and tell the story.
I was wondering if this was going to...
And so it's taken me a while to come to grips with this. And something that I have never mentioned to them. And I know for a fact one of them listens to this program. And so I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to see if she says anything to me after this is over. But I manage a band called Not Your Girlfriends, and I am very close with their parents and families. We're all family. They call me their second dad, and
they're the Not Your Moms.
They're the Not Your Moms, and it's not your dads. But I'm with the moms all the time because they're the ones that have the kids. And so when we go in the studio, the moms are here. When they're in here, the moms are here. So one Mother's Day, I clicked on the 1-800-Flowers. Wait, they don't sponsor this show. some flower shop online.
But you can get a lot of miles.
Yeah, I did get a bunch of miles off that shit. And on sale on the front page was a dozen red roses, and so I sent.
It wasn't 1 dozen. It was like 2 dozen at least.
Okay.
Long stem.
Long stem.
Yes.
Baby's breath.
I sent long stem roses to Not Your Mom's. Each of them got a bouquet.
And your mom.
And my own mom. And I should have known something was weird because my mom was like, oh my God, I've never gotten 2 dozen red roses before. And so, I just, in casual conversation, Casey goes, did you wish Not Your Mom's Happy Mother's Day? And I said, oh yeah, I sent them flowers. There was like a deal.
In the most romantic way possible.
I would just like, there was a deal or, whatever. She goes, okay, great. Well, then we get a picture and she goes, you sent them roses, like long stem red roses? And I go, yeah, they were on sale at Women Like Roses, right? She goes, red roses are sex flowers. And I go, what? And she goes, yeah, you just sent the girls' moms sex flowers. And like their husbands are going to be like, we don't even send them 2 dozen red roses.
Yeah, their husbands got them a colorful Mother's Day bouquet of flowers, and you sent them long stem sex flowers.
Yes. They had Gerber daisies and carnations, and then you
and
went over the top like Stallone.
They probably opened it with like a box. So funny.
Yeah, it was probably one of those long boxes.
Yeah.
I have never brought that up to them. I could, but I'm
surprised you're bringing it up now because it's one of those things that like I think makes him more embarrassed than it should. Because when I bring it up, because it's hilarious to me, like, oh, it's their birthday. Did you send them any like sex flowers this year? Or like, he usually doesn't think it's funny.
Well, here's the thing. There's not, if you know me, many of you do, it's not easy to embarrass me. It's not, because I'll just own it and be like, okay, this is, fuck. But when
you do.
But when I do get embarrassed, such as this thing,
it's crippling.
It really, I'm like the hair on the back of my neck right now is like standing up, and
I've only known 2 things ever in all the years that I can't bring it up because you're like, no.
Ooh, what was the other thing?
What is it?
Am I allowed to tell it?
What is it?
The Dave and Buster's child.
Oh yeah, you can tell that one. But
I think he said this one on the show.
Okay, yeah, you can tell it.
Sure.
You can
Sean
tell
is
it.
like,
Yeah. So we went to Dave and Buster's with the boys. I think it was Jack, and he had a friend, and then Everett. And anyway, we hang out for a few hours, and we go into the hellhole that is the pick your prize room. I hate it. It's the worst. Usually I can just send him on his own, but so I'm sitting outside of it on a little stool waiting for him to handle all the kids while they all pick up the same fucking toy that's going to get left in our car for 9 hours. And I kind of glance over, and out of the corner of my eye, I kind of like, wait, that's not right. Double take. And Jarrett is standing at the register with Everett playing with his hair. Just like kind of like casually arm around him, kind of like just has like his hand on his hair. Only it's not Everett.
Yeah, wrong kid.
It is another child dressed exactly like Everett, very close in size.
Yeah, a little older, but Everett's a tall kid.
And I'm like, oh no. So this kid is like paralyzed.
He and I still don't know what's good. She's like walking over to me, and I go,
sweetie, and he looks at me like I'm crazy because I don't talk to our child like that. And I go, sweetie, I am so sorry. And I'm moving the child away from him as this is happening. I said, see that little boy right there? That's our little boy. He thought you were him. And then it all hits him at once. What's happening? God. Jarrett, not the kid. The kid just wants the fuck out of all of this. He doesn't want any of us talking to him.
Oh my God.
And I die and he turns white. And it was the funniest thing that's ever happened. I giggled all the way to the car and we get in silence and I'm like, can we talk about it yet? And he's like, no, we can't talk about it.
Well, and the older boys had caught wind of it or whatever, then Jack is just like, so Dad, you did what to the kid? Blah, blah. I'm just like, yeah, let's just talk about something else. You guys want ice cream?
Oh my God, it was so funny. But if it was my kid and I looked over and some guy is just like has his arm around him, I would be horrified.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Did you see the parent?
No,
anywhere?
Never saw the parent. We got the fuck out of there like immediately. Like,
yeah.
Also like that looks like me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a big dude. I'm covered in tattoos. My hair's sticking up and shit. And like,
just stroking.
It just comes
hair.
up to a kid and you're a kid and this guy just comes and starts stroking your hair.
He's going to think about it for the rest of his life.
Yeah, he will for sure.
Okay, I don't like to think about that.
Did you invite him over to your
in
house?
a funny way. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, he knew. The kid knew. I mean, he was literally wearing the exact same outfit as Everett. Like, it was crazy. He had to have known whenever we left with that kid the mistake that happened. It has to be a funny story.
I mean, you did offer him a puppy in a van.
Yeah, did you ask him what prizes he wants?
Oh,
man.
my
He
God.
probably tells kids, like, I almost got sex trafficked at Dave & Buster's.
Yep, he probably never
Any
goes
of
to
this
any.
candy you want.
He still goes to Dave & Buster's, but he never picks a prize.
Wearily. Yeah, he's got like 40,000 tickets.
Yeah, why don't you ever want to cash these in? I'm not going in there.
I can't go in.
Yeah.
Take my card.
We're going to have to cash these Dave & Buster's tickets in before Dave & Buster's fucking closes down forever.
I know,
Can
right?
you do that online? Can you
I don't know, actually. That's
shop online now? They should do that.
that's not a bad thing. I mean, I don't know.
Let's write a letter.
Yeah, let's try to figure it out.
Yeah.
You're right.
Send us an Xbox.
Yeah.
Here's all her cards.
Yeah, we got to get in there and figure that shit out.
I think they want you in the store because you're more likely to see something, want to spend a little more money to get a little more tickets and kind of be impulsive. Whereas if you're just sitting at your computer, maybe it's not that impulsive.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But we are grown-ass people, and we have all the tickets. And we don't give them to our children.
And we don't want to be around people.
I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just trying to set forth a hypothesis as to why they don't have an online e-commerce site.
That was our first double date with
That
you and
was our
Derek.
first double date.
We taught them about Half Price Wednesdays.
If we had been really dating, we would not have gotten a second date.
Why?
Oh, I think we would have because we had a lot of fun.
Because we showed up like an hour and a half late, and they had to like literally shove their lunch in their mouth
we had
and
to
run
finish
home.
drinking our 2 beers to go get our kid from the church down the street because Mom's day out.
Why
was
were we
almost
so
done.
late?
Life.
Doing it.
That makes sense.
You weren't that late.
We were like over an hour late.
Wasn't it over
Yes,
an hour?
it was over an
I thought
hour
it was
late.
like 30 minutes.
I thought it was like 30 minutes too, but yeah,
I'll
damn
take
it.
your word for it because I had a blast.
Anyway, we lived next to each other, so you had to keep us.
Yeah.
A couple of funny things that happened after this clip, though, where they go to see Sleepless. She gets to pick the movie, and they're watching Sleepless in Seattle. And she just said, the guy goes, he basically tells him to put a muzzle on her or whatever. She goes, my boyfriend is going to take you outside and beat you up anyway.
Pummel your ass.
Pummel your ass. That's right. And he gets fucking hit pretty hard. And
it was like that scene in Green Street Hooligans.
Yeah.
Yeah, very close.
But then the best is after he makes the lamb and she pretends not to eat meat and they go to that restaurant and she just goes, my boyfriend thinks I'm fat, and then just gets up and runs away. That poor guy just left sitting there. Like,
waitress is like, is there something wrong with the barley?
Yeah.
God.
And she's already referred to him as her boyfriend 2 times in that one date. Like, you know.
Yeah. And then she names his penis Princess Sophia, which I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
I have a problem with this because the whole, and I think Lucy brought it up, like the whole premise is that these normal things that normal women do that just end up backfiring, and how can we avoid those things? But that's not, you're intentionally being a shithole to call someone's penis Princess Sophia and to create a Photoshop of your kids, you know, what they would look like after 2 days. That's crazy, stupid shit. That's not normal things
But
that
don't you think
normal
that
women do.
After she made him miss the last shot, the last few seconds of that awesome game, she thought that was going to be it.
Yeah.
So now she's just trying to pull anything she can, whether or not it's normal.
Yeah. It just had to get worse
She's
and
just
worse
trying
and
to
worse.
get
She's
rid
just
of
like
him.
one-upping the next thing, I guess.
So
But yeah,
it's got to get crazy.
But
I
I
feel
mean,
like she could have just called him 10 times that night after the game, and probably he would have been like, okay, crazy.
And she
but
did. I mean, like on the answering machine,
Yeah.
there were all of the, it's me, and then nothing.
I mean, it's next level when she brings all the stuffed animals in and the
has
love
to.
fern and that book of them. Oh, and this is our beach vacation. It's like,
And these
what?
are the kids yodeling.
Yeah, what the fuck? Our kids are really attractive.
last year for our anniversary, you were out of town and you sent a plant for me.
Yeah.
And I still have it, but I was like, I made a joke at Amy and I just went, great. He sent me something I'm going to kill now it's a responsibility. Like, I'm going to be like, I'm going to fucking kill this thing, and he's going to see that I killed it. And she's just like, your love fern.
Yeah. It's your love fern.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's been my love fern for, and I kept it alive. It's alive.
So was your love.
This was, and I thought all that shit was, and then just the fact that his mom calls the house looking for her. Oh wait, that's after the next clip. Sorry, but anyway, that shit was funny.
Maybe I'll be able to concentrate since the woman is driving me crazy.
Which woman, Andy or Princess Sophia?
Yeah.
Wait a second. I thought you said after the Knicks game that she was a goddess.
Oh, she was. That was the good Andy, guys. This amazing, fun, cool, sexy woman. All right, I'm talking about the evil Andy now. It's like a crack-enhanced Kathy Lee Gifford.
She's probably bipolar.
Well, her South Pole's definitely prevailing.
Well, all I gotta do is rock it for 5 more days.
Is there anybody else who can't see Thomas Lennon without thinking of New Boot Goofin?
Oh, 100%.
He will always be Reno 911.
I say New Boot Goofin so much.
They're ostrich. And he jumps out and shows them off. I'm just goofing. New Boot Goofin.
Oh, he's so good with his shorts.
I missed that show because Terry was so good on that. The little roller skating guy played by Nick Swardson.
That's one of those things where, like, if that was like the super common Halloween costume for a while, was Terry or Officer Dangle.
Derek went as Terry once.
Yep, I see that.
And I always quote the field sobriety test whenever Derek is drunk, and I'm like, all right, go. Step, pump, step, pump, pump.
Step, pump.
I didn't watch that show enough.
It's so good. I'm
funny.
maybe. Where does that stream? Anyone know where that is?
We should
out there.
Well, it was Comedy Central, so it's probably on whatever their thing is.
Comedy Plus or plus C plus.
Yeah,
C++.
Comedy Central, YouTube, Sling.
Oh my gosh, if it were C++, that would be hilarious.
Philo.
Oh, okay.
We've got that.
So yeah, we have that.
Amazon Prime Video.
Didn't someone tell me they tried to watch a movie on Philo, but it took 4 times longer than a normal movie because of all the ads and that was you guys.
Yeah, but it just depends on, like, you can't. So sometimes they'll be on demand, and if it's like TBS, then you know not to do it. But we just made a rookie mistake.
Here's a weird thing that's happened with generations. Is like, you used to be kind of like used to commercials. It wasn't a big deal. And then they were all gone. Now when there's an ad, it's like infuriating, right? Like, I hate watching ads. It's the worst, especially in like a movie or something.
Right.
YouTube videos, like the ones where they do it in the middle. That was like a new thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But our kids have like favorite ads.
Yes, that's
they like
so
enjoy
weird.
it because they've just are used to one popping up in the middle of their YouTube or whatever.
It's like a treat.
Yeah, so Everett doesn't understand why I skip the ads.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's not something that has just been, it's crazy. Like when we would watch TV when we were kids, commercial would come on and that's when you jump up and as fast as you can, you go and you pee, you grab a snack and you come back and you got to be back in your seat before it starts again.
Yeah, but just think, there is a whole generation of children that won't know like commercial jingles like we all know.
Yeah, exactly.
Transformers, more than meets the eye.
Yeah.
And all of the things that we know by heart. And these children won't know the J.G. Wentworth song or...
Actually, my son knows one, and it was really funny. Yesterday, we were watching America's Funniest Videos, and this guy installed his own garage door, and half of it went up when he pushed the button, and the other half crashed, and it was so funny. And Henry just goes, well, he should call Wellborn Garage Doors. And I guess it's on when we watch the news in the morning.
Yeah.
And now I've noticed it, and he knows the whole jingle and everything.
That's amazing.
But
That's
it's just
good
because
marketing.
we have the news on. But yeah, it's great. It's like Dalworth Clean. Everybody knows that one.
Did you know that stands for Dallas and Fort Worth?
I do. Well, yeah.
I didn't until you told me that, and that's the worst.
No, I told you guys.
I still can't handle it.
I didn't until y'all told me that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was 41 years old. Assuming that was before my last birthday.
Today years old.
But, so they do know some of it though, because
like it should be like
all the kids know Nationwide is on your side. They all know that one. And but yeah, you're right. I mean, I still remember all of them from when I was a kid. And anytime a product comes up, I'll sing it. And Casey just goes, "God,
It's weird. It's not like the big ones. It's
Yeah, you
everything.
come out of left field on
Yeah.
those.
Dude, I still remember the Dallas Times Herald classified song,
yeah.
and Dallas Times Herald hadn't been around since 1991.
9433. No, that's Dalworth.
Call 7481414.
748
Dallas Times Herald
classified.
Get results like you've never seen before.
That's right.
7481414.
Yeah, very good.
No idea.
Thank you.
Way to go.
Yeah. That's how long that newspaper hasn't been around. It's been the Dallas Morning News forever. But there used to be 2 papers in this town.
I get the soccer bop-em thing stuck in my head a lot. Remember those soccer
No,
boppers?
I do, but I don't know the.
It's more fun than a pillow fight. I get that stuck in my head all the time.
Well, they
Soccer
were.
bop 'em dreams.
Yeah, blow them up, put your hands inside, ready to have the time of your life. Don't know why. All the time.
That's fun.
Don't even know if I had one.
Sean, what's your favorite commercial jingle back from Northern California? Sing it for us.
What if
Cal Worthy
Aylesworth clean?
and his dog Spot.
I'm glad I asked. Thank you for that.
How about Mutual of Omaha, where people
I answered.
you can count on when the going's rough?
I don't know that one.
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
But I'm not from Omaha, so maybe that's why.
Oh, Jared Spear says Bop It theme song. And I know
Is
that
it
I
just
knew
the
it.
order of the things? Like, bop it.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of Skip It. Skip it. Skip it. No.
I'm a
Freaking
big
love to
kid. Look
skip
what
it.
I can do. I can wear big
kid pants too. Yeah.
And I can pull them off and on.
Remember my buddy.
buddy, that's what I
my
thought you were
buddy.
singing.
Wherever I go, he goes, my buddy.
My buddy.
That was like
My
a creepy
buddy.
doll.
Huh?
That doll was kind of creepy.
Yeah, who was it that made the remake of that they do in between their thing? Is the Aquabats.
Oh, they do?
The Aquabats play that, but I think it's creepier in the middle of their set.
Yeah.
The My Buddy
funny.
thing. Or maybe it's just the old commercial.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. I really don't. I just cannot stop yawning.
I think
You're
you
just
need to
tired,
sleep
dude.
for 2
Your
days.
body's trying to tell you something.
Maybe it's it. So a bunch of funny stuff happens after this clip too. I'll go through it pretty quick. Obviously they named the dog Kroll, which I thought was fucking hilarious. And then that dog pees on the pool table and the poker table. And she just goes, maybe he thinks the felt is grass.
He's a Tinkle King.
Yeah. You're the Tinkle King, aren't you? And then, then of course we talked about that. There's the medicine cabinet thing, which was really funny. The best bit though is when she just goes, oh yeah, okay, well, it sucks you have to work because I have tickets for tonight. He's like, oh, what? Oh, well, I mean, I guess I could. Yeah, okay, good. I mean, they're front row.
Smell the sweat, the action.
Smell the sweat and the action, and then you knew it was going to be something. I thought it was going to be the ballet or whatever. Then they're just walking out of Celine Dion concert with pink Celine Dion shirts on.
I would 1,000% go to a Celine Dion concert.
Oh,
Maybe not the same night as Game 7.
Right.
But yeah, for sure.
Why not? I think I'd do that too.
In Vegas. I mean, it's got
I must be
for
crazy
me, it's got to be in
now.
Vegas.
Yeah.
I want to go see all the Vegas people. I want to see
Yeah.
Britney. I want to see
Britney.
Garth.
Yeah.
I want to see J-Lo was in town whenever we got married. But
Yeah. I wanted to see
wasn't
Huey
there.
Lewis in the News, but the tickets were like $500.
I want to see fake Elvis. I want to see fake Cher. I want to see.
We just need to go on a Vegas tour.
Yeah.
I saw fake Beatles one time when I was out there, and it was a whole production of through Beatles through the years, and they had costume changes and videos in between and all kinds.
Yeah.
And it was really well put together. I mean, for
That show,
kind of
that show traveled. It came here. It was one of the Dallas Summer Musicals one time, and it's super cool because the Paul McCartney dude looked so much like him you couldn't even tell. Like it was weird.
And so that's the thing. If you want to be in a Beatles cover band like Hard Night's Day here in Dallas, you just have to learn to play the bass left-handed all of a sudden. That's just your gig.
I used to know the bass player for that band, and he didn't look anything like Paul.
He's left-handed though, right?
I don't remember.
You know which one?
You gotta be.
Creepy is the Texas Flood Stevie Ray Vaughan guy. He's just like, it's like, but he's small, but it's like they took a Stevie Ray Vaughan and took the corners and just like went whoop, like a little bit. But
It is really, really
but he
weird.
looks and sounds just like, it's creepy.
Yeah.
And dresses like a gypsy and
Yeah, all that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole thing.
They actually came and so Jarrett used to judge this like Battle of the Bands thing called Battle of the Legends, and they came on and did it. And even though they were awesome, he was just like, he just goes, "You guys fucking make more money than I do. Get out of here."
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't even let him go on because they tour all over the world.
Yeah. I was just, when I heard they were on, I'm just like, why? Like those dudes go and, and
obviously you're better, but no, nobody fucking wants you.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
And then of course there's the fucking shit. I am so sorry. There's the poker night debacle where she goes, "Oh yeah, your super made me a key," or whatever, and then she's just like,
fucking cucumber sandwiches. And
yeah, you let the love fern die.
Took the pizza out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Yucky pizza.
Yucky pizza. That's funny. That is.
I even, like, just one time as a joke, you were going golfing with Andy, your friend Andy, and then you were leaving. And just as a joke, because I thought it was funny, I just went, "Have fun." And then as you walked off, I went, "Make good choices." And you turned around so fast. And I was like, I was just joking. You were like, "Oh," because it was like, I think you thought I was being serious.
Oh, no. Yeah.
That was the tiniest offense ever. Like,
yeah,
I couldn't imagine your reaction. I thought about it forever. Like your reaction to any of the stuff. You would have just been like, "Fuck you. I don't care. I don't want to pitch it."
I mean, I think that there's certain things that I think you'd put up with just because, you're like, okay, well, she's nice enough and she's super hot. But yeah. I mean, again, there's certain stuff I just wouldn't do. Like, I'm definitely not going. You can wait the fucking 5 minutes to get a drink.
I know. Of course, nobody would do that unless your whole backstory is that you have to keep this person around. And so then you have to do that shit. It's not a choice for him.
And
right.
He's got to do it.
After this, and you have it in your notes, and Lucy said the same thing. The blowing the nose thing is like healthy boy. Like,
Oh, white.
Yeah, white, healthy boy. But he was done after that. That was it. But he had his two work friends who knew what was going on, and they're the only reasons that he got back into it.
Yeah.
Because both of them were so close to quitting or so close to being done.
Right.
And then something made them hop back in.
Yeah, for him.
Couples therapy.
Man, good. Yeah, exactly. Couples therapy.
Every time she wants to divorce me, buy more time.
It's time for 5 questions with 6 questions and a high score of 7.
Welcome, everybody, to America's favorite podcast game show. It's the only one in existence that we know of. We're going to keep it that way by not paying attention to any other podcast game shows. Right here on Jarrett Goes the Movies. 5 questions. It's a special edition because I was running late watching the movie, so we had to move everything back. Sorry. And so Eric Dillo is here for the first time in quite some time. Hey, Eric.
Hello. I'm glad to be here.
And of course, my wife Casey and Amy are joining us here because we're going to do the live show right after this is done. And our guests tonight, our contestants, we got some good ones here. One of our first champions, actually, his plaque sits just right over there to my right. Give it up, everybody, for John Gickler, everybody. Hey, John. How you doing? I noticed the cat is there early this week. Watch out, Jason. That is not a good sign for you, sir. Speaking of Jason Aylesworth, our resident coronavirus survivor. There he is. It's the eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight. How you doing, Jason?
Doing good. Still alive.
Still, that's good. Alive and kicking.
Better than some people, for sure.
Jason, yeah, very true. Sorry. Jason last week talked a bunch of shit about beating Woody Chambers and then got his ass handed to him.
How did that feel, Jason?
Not good. No. I'm just going to go on a limb and say, don't insult Marines.
Yeah.
They don't like it.
They don't like it. They really don't, especially when it's about their movie intelligence. Woody actually took on our entire trivia team by himself last week, and we tied. So Eric gave him the game.
Yep, he deserved it for that.
Yeah. So anyway, that means never out. Okay, and then we do have a 5-second delay on Wendy, just in case she swears too much. Give it up, everybody, for everybody's favorite Wendy Kropf. Everybody. I had to sit there and watched her like get to the point where I said the thing. Hey, Wendy, how you doing?
Hi, Jarrett.
Oh, good.
Sean will edit all this in post. It'll be fine.
I say you just leave it. Just the anticipation of driving in your car.
Anticipation. You just need to anticipate what he says, Wendy, and you need to say it before he says it.
That would be good.
Then it'll sync up perfectly.
All right, guys. We are talking about the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Motion picture featuring some of everybody's favorites. And let me see here, guys.
I'll just give everybody the
Okay. Is everybody writing down this week? I can see Gickler is writing down. It looks like Wendy also has a pen. So we're going to move forward with the game here. And it looks like Wendy is now on about a 45-second delay because she is frozen. Okay, she's back. All right. Here we go, guys. Get your pens and papers ready and get ready for question number one. Question number one coming at you right now. In the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, what is the name of the card game that they play at Ben's parents' house? What's the name of the card game that they play at Ben's house? It's been a long day, Eric. I'm tired.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a long day. I had a lot of stuff to do, but I made it. All right, guys, we're gonna go clockwise from me. So everybody, pencils down. John Gickler, what did you say?
Bullshit.
All right, Wendy, what did you say? Jason, just go ahead and tell me what you said too. Everybody got, hey, all of them got it right. Whiplash! Got bullshit. That is correct, everybody. Good job. All right, guys, moving on to question number two will, of course, be about the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. In the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, what is the name of the dog that pees on the felt? What's the name of the dog that loves to pee on the felt? This was a movie when I was a kid and also a video game. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing it and watching other people play it.
Isn't it also a type of sea creature?
I do not know. I'm going to be honest.
Maybe something different.
Okay, Wendy, what is your answer for this one? What is the little bald dog's name? Yes, she is. She does have it right. It is Kroll.
Kroll the Warrior King.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, she got the whole thing. Okay, good. Now, Jason, what did you say?
Kroll the Warrior King.
All right, and Gickler?
Kroll the Warrior King.
That is absolutely correct, guys. Very good. Kroll the Warrior King. The chat is just now starting to work on my thing as well, so that is very, very neat. And yes, to answer your question, 5 Questions is live tonight because I was running very late after my happy hour show, which you guys should join me on next week if you weren't there. We had a lot of fun. All right, guys. Question number 3. Right now, everybody is getting everything right, and it is freaking crazy. Let's get a little bit of a harder one here. Literally, in the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, what does Goldie Hawn's daughter name Matthew McConaughey's penis? What does she name his penis? La di di da 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 do di 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 ta la lo lo lo. Okay, is that?
Jason, don't be nervous, but Woody Chambers just showed up to the chat just to see how you were doing.
Oh, good. Yeah, he's shaking in his boots. All right, let's go to it is Jason's turn first. Jason, what did you say?
Princess Sophia.
All right, Gickler?
Princess Sophia.
All right, and Wendy? You're just joining us. Wendy's on a 5-second delay.
From a space station.
Put it on the camera. That is correct. Everybody got it right. Wow. Everybody Just nailing this movie. Nailing this movie. All right, guys. Here we go. Question number 4. All right. In the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, there is a series of basketball games going on with the Knicks versus the Kings. What game is being played the night that Matthew McConaughey makes the lamb? What game is being played the night that he makes the lamb?
It's easy. It's basketball.
I'm sorry. I mean, I need a number. It's a 7-game series. Which game number is being played the night that Matthew McConaughey makes lamb chops? All right. I'm going to assume that everybody has written down their shit, though I have no idea what's happening with Wendy right now. John Gickler, what did you say?
Put 3.
All right. Wendy, what did you say? Game 7. She said game 7. And Jason, what did you say?
I think it's game 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Aylesworth is right. It is game number 2. Very good. Now we do have somebody in the lead. Jason with 4, John Gickler with 3, and Wendy with 3. Now, a special edition of this game, as the whole cast is here. Amy Pittsinger, sitting in during coronavirus, has been with us now 5 months. What she thought was going to be a couple of nights hanging out with her friends.
Weird when you say it out loud.
And Amy has prepared a question for you guys. So here with question number 5, Amy Pittsinger.
Do we want something that's super, super duper hard or something that's a little bit medium?
If it's like in the movie, like it probably something hard.
Okay, I've got a hard one. What are the CDs? Who are the artists of the CDs in the stereo in Ben's apartment when she claims that the gang is all here? There are 6 artists.
Wow.
They have to get all 6?
6 CDs.
I say whoever gets the most gets the point.
Oh, okay. A new twist. A new twist here. So get the most out of the 6 CDs correct, and you get the point. Here's how this works, though. If 2 of you get the same amount, then both of you get a point. You have to fight for the point, yes. Verbally, because we're obviously social distancing here on Jared Goes the Movies.
Cage fight.
Yeah, that is right. Okay, Wendy, we are to you. So when you get this, let us know what you're...
We sent you a letter with all of these questions.
A messenger.
So when you get it...
I only got 2.
Okay, she has Carly, Simon, and Jewel. All right, Jason, how many did you get?
Sheryl Crow, Sinead O'Connor, Tori Amos, Jewel, Fiona Apple, and Carly Simon.
Right. Wow. John Gickler?
Yeah, I had Celine Dion.
Awesome.
That is amazing. He got them
Jason
all.
I think he takes notes. He's picking up from the boss, Woody, and taking notes.
I am blown away.
I had to come prepared.
Very, very, very good.
I'm seriously impressed.
5, Jason with 5. You know what? I think he would have given Woody a run for his money, because that is something that he would write down, though, and Josh too. But very, very good. Okay, Jason with 5, Gickler with 3, Wendy with 3. Remember, it's anybody's game until we get to the very end. It is now time for Eric is on a tangent again. Question number 6.
What is the name of the Harry Winston designed 84-karat yellow diamond pendant necklace that Andy wears during the Warren Advertising Gala?
Okay. All right.
You never buy me Harry Winston 84-karat yellow diamond pendant necklaces.
I've asked you for years.
Woody put, Wendy, blink twice if you're in trouble. And I thought it was going to say, because half my screen's covered, I thought it was going to be, Wendy, blink twice if you're in Milwaukee.
We are about 5 minutes behind on chat at the moment.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Just stuff from a while back.
Yeah. All right. John Gickler, what did you say?
Isadora.
All right. And Wendy?
People in Beirut have the better internet connection than that.
I was wondering if it was going to come up.
Wendy, she is completely locked up now, guys.
She's looking up the answer.
Yeah, she's looked up the answer.
There she is.
Oh, there we are.
There she is.
All right. What did you say, Wendy? Isadora, and then Jason. What did you say?
Yeah, I got Isadora.
All right, guys. All three of you. Wow. What a game we've got. What a game we got. All right. This has happened 3 weeks in a row, guys. Jason with 6, Gickler with 4, and Wendy with 4. Jason, you will be just sitting there waiting for your result to know whether or not you move up to 4 wins, 7 attempts. Wendy, 6 wins, 10 attempts right now, and John Gickler, 7 wins, 12 attempts. And so here's the way that it works. Because Wendy is on a delay, John, you will call it in the air. And if you win the coin toss, you get a question to see if you win. If you miss it, we'll go from there. First of all, we got to do the coin toss. John, call it in the air.
Heads.
All right. Let's see. Heads it is. All right, Wendy, unfortunately, that means that you are out of the game. They're paused with Isadora on your screen. And it's there forever and ever and ever. John Gickler, do you know how this works? You're going to get a question from Sean. If you get it right, you win. If you do not get it right, you're not a loser. But you didn't win, did you? Take it away, Sean. It is now time for Sean's super hard question, presented by Will Vark's Sleazy Sexy Time Animals Late Night Magazine.
All right, John, I had 4 categories, but Amy snagged one of them. So here's the 3. Filmography, bullshit, Kevin Dillon.
Filmography.
Matthew McConaughey plays the role of Ben Barry, an advertising executive, as well as a ladies' man. How many other times and in what films has Matthew McConaughey portrayed the role of a character named Ben?
Jesus Christ. That's because I fucked with him about not making the questions hard.
No way anyone could ever know that.
I want to say at least one. I think that was it. Fool's Gold.
That's one.
Also with her in the movie, right? Yep. Same cast.
I mean, hell, that he got one right is.
Yeah, that was pretty damn good.
And what is it? Crap.
No.
I don't know. The Lincoln Lawyer.
No, sir.
Well, what was the answer?
He played Ben Williams, the outfielder, in Angels in the Outfield.
Ah, all right. But he got Fool's Gold right?
He did, yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not enough. Your winner tonight, Jason Aylesworth. You should have talked some shit, Jason. You should have talked some shit, buddy. Is that 5?
It should be 5.
I only have you at, let me check with Sean. I only have you at 3 right now. If that's 5, then there is a celebration that needs to happen.
4. This is 4 wins.
I thought that was 5 after Rocky Horror.
I can go back and check everything.
Did you win Rocky Horror?
Yeah. Hell, I don't remember.
Wait, you know what? No. He's right. It's 5. It's
Ladies
5.
and gentlemen, with his first winner's plaque, everybody give it up for Jason Aylesworth.
Y'all tried to rob him.
Very, 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 very good. Good for you, man. And Wendy goes to 11 attempts. She still has 6 wins. We'll never take those away. John Gickler with 7 wins and now 13 attempts, working towards those other plaques. Guys, thank you so very much for being on the show tonight. I do apologize for being late, but the chat room has really enjoyed seeing you guys on here. So y'all take care. Go join us on Facebook. We'll see y'all soon.
look, this is getting really creepy. All right, you're acting completely insane. You know that?
Oh, so I am insane.
No, you're acting insane. All right, shut up, Kroll.
Oh, he's an innocent animal.
Yeah, and he'll live. Okay, I'm talking to you.
I don't know if I can be with somebody who doesn't like animals and thinks I'm a mental person.
That's what I'm talking about. Where's the sexy, cool, fun, smart, beautiful Andy that I knew? All right, the one who wanted to be a serious journalist, huh? You're up, you're down, you're here, you're there. You're like a freaking one-woman circus, Andy.
So I guess this means we're over.
Yeah, I guess so.
Fine.
Fine.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, I mean,
what are these feelings I'm feeling?
Yeah.
She kind of blew it though, because she kind of dumped him.
Yeah,
Guys,
I don't think I can be
in the chat. I'm sorry to interrupt. Jared Spear has sex, so that can't be right. That we should know. He's literally telling us that he used to bone to this movie.
Nobody that listens to this podcast has any sex. Not even one.
I can think of one guy on this podcast that doesn't.
Don't talk about Sean like that. So yeah, I agree with you. Well, two things. The where he blows his nose and she goes, "Why, healthy boy," whatever, and then she just takes it and she puts it on what's his face's shoulder, and then throws it on the table or whatever. Like that whole thing was just, But yeah, I do agree. What is happening over there, Eric?
God bless it.
Did you get?
I was
Is there an octopus?
trying to
in your
get
room?
Kelsey's computer charger, and then I had a beer in my hand, so then I spilled the beer all over myself.
Oh
Can I
my
have a
God.
towel?
Do you need to take a break?
I'll be fine.
Oh, that's not good.
Something's leaking.
Do you hear the sound?
Stupid. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that.
Jared Spear goes, try boning while that scene's happening.
Oh yeah, we didn't even mention the fact that she got him a dog and just left it with him. Like she left the dog.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she just I got us this.
Leave him out of that.
And
that
those
fair.
things cannot be cheap.
Oh, they're very expensive. Yeah, it's like the hairless
like
cat.
the
I love an ugly bald animal.
And I would get you a hairless cat if they weren't $2,000.
Everett goes, "Oh my God, look at him. He's bald everywhere but his head." And I go, "So are you." And he was just like, "The fuck?"
I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Just wait a couple years, big fella.
He found an armpit hair and he's 7.
No.
One armpit hair. It's the funniest thing that's ever happened in my life.
I'm happy for him.
Is he going to try to grow it out?
Yeah,
probably.
I think so. Yeah.
Jack's 14. He's been trying to grow an armpit hair for years, and Everett popped one out the other day, and it's just fuck. I think it was just by chance, but it's so funny because he was like cry laughing about it.
Oh my God, I want to see it. Is that weird?
No, I looked at it like
He'll
3
show it
times,
to you.
and I made
Tomorrow.
he'll show it to you for sure.
Is he proud of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just the next time we swim.
My kid's got a new expander. Your kid has
one armpit hair.
One armpit hair.
They're really growing up.
They're on their way, guys.
How often do you have to do the key for his expander?
His armpit hair?
Every other day. We just did it today. He got it 2 days ago. So
Yeah, Zoe had one of those, and it's hard to get used to. I mean, once you get used to how the key goes in and how it all works, it's fine. But those first couple times, I just have to keep apologizing. Like I cut the inside of her mouth with my fingernail because I'm trying to get the thing in there, and of course she's super nice.
Did your key have like a little rubber end on it that you could hold on to, or was it on like a stick?
It was just like a stick.
Yeah, that's how ours is too.
Then the end of it like
hinges.
Yeah, is like this.
Yep.
So it was just, fucking weird.
Well, I have a lot of experience.
What did y'all do about your kids' first armpit hairs?
Yeah.
Well, I guess
we're gonna need more wax.
I told him, I was like, "Let me pull it out." He was like, "No."
Fine.
His name is Arnold, and I want to keep him.
Fine.
We're gonna put that on your soundboard.
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah. That's great.
Clip of Eller going, fine.
Actually, it's really funny because I was just scrolling through to find the video to do it.
Oh, that's good.
Fine. Well, couples therapy, she sort of gets her back for taking the story in the first place. The Kristen Hoff or whatever. Is that her name? Kristen Hoff?
On?
On.
Cap.
because she just like, you know what? Maybe a weekend with the parents. Like, yeah, maybe you should go to Staten Island.
That look of
fuck you. What the fuck? I mean, that ends up being though what really puts this whole thing into where the realm of possibilities of both of them, right? Because she kind of is allowed to be herself, and so is he.
Yeah.
And again, it's exhausting because one scene before this, she's acting like an absolute lunatic on purpose. I get it. And then in the very next scene, she's just super nice, super normal, super fine, and if you really wanted to lose this dude, you'd act like a goddamn fool in front of the parents, and you'd make a scene in front of the brother, and you'd do all this crazy shit.
I feel like maybe that is just a sign of like she has to have a little bit. I mean, you can. It's not like this is something that she does all the time. A bunch of undercover crazy stuff. Like everybody has to have their limits. Like,
and in the elevator, she obviously realizes that she does have feelings for him. And then, second of all, if you go to someone's house for the weekend, or at least for an overnight trip, you don't want to be miserable yourself. So she's like, fuck it, I'm just going to have fun and let down my guard and just have a good time.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I think that, but I think too, and she says it, like when Glenda goes up to her, she really hugged her. Mm-hmm. She was like, so I think that derails her. And then she goes outside and she's like, oh my God, his dad is adorable and this game is adorable. And now
old farting Uncle Arnold.
Yeah.
Oh, Arnold.
And then his brother and the dad are like helping her and stuff. And like, she's getting into it. And I think
then she finds out she's the only girl he's ever brought home.
Yeah. And I think it's just a lot of shit that just kind of kept taking the wind out of the crazy sail, so to speak. But
what a nice analogy that was. Nautical, and they were right on the water in that scene. So
she already has a relationship with the mom. So
she already says I love you on the phone to the mom.
Oh man.
To be fair, they basically fall in love on a toilet.
I have a little piece of
isn't that how it goes though?
My life trivia from this scene.
Okay.
I walked down the aisle in my wedding, the music in this sex scene.
No way.
What song was playing? Because I remember.
It's called Feels Like Home.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good song.
And I had a pianist play it, and it was amazing. And now I cry during this scene every single time. Aww. So thanks, Sean, for not pulling it.
Who is that song by?
Oh, Chantel. It starts with a K, and I don't know how to say the last name.
The first time I walked down the aisle,
but it's gorgeous.
They said, "No, wait, go back." And then we stood there, and then they went 1, 2, 3, and then they pushed a button on a tape recorder player, and then it just was just like,
yeah.
Yeah. Was it your intro song to the podcast?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Jambalaya.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. You ready? Go.
All right.
I do. Okay.
You're gonna try to tell me you don't hear jambalaya.
Right.
The jambalaya.
Now I do.
You hear jambalaya in this thing?
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay. Yeah.
Jambalaya.
I do kind of hear that. Pretty good.
Okay.
Now I can't not hear it.
Have y'all seen the video of the mega white trash lady walking down the aisle, not only to the music, but singing Crazy Bitch by Buck
Oh,
Terry?
yeah. A bunch of times.
Oh, look it up. Please, for the love of God. I'll find it and send it to the text thread.
Don't look it up.
Everybody needs to see it because it's so uncomfortable. And there's like a guy that has to be like the one not piece of shit in his family that has a child there who's literally like holding the child like his ears while this lady's like, fuck so good, blah, blah, blah. And the
It'll ruin your entire life.
I just about to put it up on the screen.
So good.
Katie Morgan goes, you cry and Jared Spear gets a boner.
That is so good.
Jared can only get a boner if you're crying.
Well, oh no.
Roadhouse.
Oh my God. Well, that bullshit game looked fun.
Have you never played it?
No, I haven't. I would totally play.
So good. It's like the original Faker.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. You gotta play it off.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. Well, and then here it goes where, he's just like, okay, I want you to go to this gala as my girlfriend. She's like, yeah, it'll be 10 days. And he goes, by the way, don't make plans for the 13th day. That's the Knicks. And she has to know, like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble here,
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, she's supposed to be done with him in 10 days, write the article.
I know, but I think that they're just going with it.
Yeah.
But see, here's the deal. It's not like she doesn't have to lose him. Like, what's she going to get fired? The editor's going to find out she's still dating the guy that she wrote the article about. You're just a writer. You just write an article. You don't have to do what the article says. Yeah. It's just for a fucking glamour magazine.
I will say this. I thought that too. I thought when her boss was like, you're writing this, like blah, 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 like this is happening. You're doing it because you're a professional, whatever. Like because it's a movie, I understand. But in this situation, wouldn't you just go and get, look, here's the deal.
Listen up, Lilith from Cheers.
Yeah. But I mean, to him and go, look.
That is Frasier's wife, isn't it? God bless it. Yeah. I knew I recognized her from somewhere. And I find out 12 seconds ago it was from
Lilith.
Frasier.
Yeah.
No, from Cheers.
From Cheers, I mean. She dies.
84 carats, Isadora. They put around her neck. Like, I imagine that's probably a real thing, right? Where you go and you put your name down and they give you some diamonds and shit.
It has to.
I bet.
And I want to go to there.
Yeah, I want to.
There's gotta be a way.
Can I come into the out now?
Do you think that an 84 carat necklace is heavy, like eventually on your neck, like hurting, or is it just?
I think you just power through.
No, I don't think that would be that heavy on like for a necklace, but heavy or high carat earrings would probably be uncomfortable.
We got to ask. I don't know. We've got some Dallas Cowboys players that live around the area. Those are always the biggest diamond earrings I've ever seen in my life.
Happened to our neighborhood.
Yeah, they do like the big old diamond earrings, don't they?
Why don't you get those?
What? Get some of those diamond earrings?
Yeah.
I used to have diamond studs back in the day, but they were little.
Okay, well,
I have
it's not too late.
Little dangly skulls you can wear.
Yeah, I mean, I could put in a little dangly skull for you if you'd like.
Sure.
I'm going to get one of my ears pierced.
Still shove it through there?
That's what she said.
She said that.
Yep.
Oh, it's got.
Oh, I like that. I want to start saying that instead of that's what she said. She said that.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a thing.
I like that.
Linus was in the studio one time, like when that's what she said was super, super big deal. And he was in the studio with this dude that was from like,
excuse me.
Maybe he's from.
You're Andy. Yes?
Oh no, he was.
Yes.
What's
I'm Philip Warren.
the girl you did her hair for the wedding?
You're
And the
Ben's
wedding was like
That's
all day
right.
long or whatever.
Hi, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, he was Armenian. And
Oh, I understand you've been an inspiration.
something would happen where you would go, that's what she said, and he would just go,
And I must
she said that.
say,
And so,
rather inspired
everybody in
yourself.
Bowling for Soup says, she said that, instead of,
Diamond in the room that sparkles like a
take it,
woman in
it's
love.
great.
That's pretty good.
I like it.
I'm not in love.
No? I guess I was mistaken.
No. I mean, I've only known him for 10 days. You can't. I can't be.
Ben is a very lucky man. Excuse me.
Yeah.
She's so charmingly befuddled.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you know?
Let's just be quiet and see how long.
I should have.
Forever. You don't think that I could make this so incredibly awkward forever doing that?
I don't, maybe. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's see.
I mean,
We could take a break while he's doing that. But we've only got one more clip. So.
I mean, mate.
I hate it.
Tapping out.
Well, so she knows the bet and he knows the article. And so what she chooses is to have him come up and sing a song.
Yeah, what that is the only thing. All the movie, because I love a rom-com and I don't care about cheesiness and things like that. But this didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
This one part.
May I take one moment to discuss Marvin Hamlish, who they bring onto stage to do the thing? Okay. I just looked this guy up because I get curious about this. This motherfucker wrote all of the music for that movie, The Sting, The Way We Were. He wrote the original score to a chorus line on Broadway, conducted the Pops orchestras for Pittsburgh, Milwaukee, San Diego, Seattle, Dallas, Buffalo, and Baltimore, wrote the song Sunshine, Lollipops, and Rainbows, is an EGOT winner, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony, plus has won a Pulitzer Prize. For a guy that we have never heard of, but yet we all know who fucking Soulja Boy is.
Yeah, Superman, that hoe.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
You don't know who Soulja Boy is?
Yeah, you got a Superman the hose.
No, I really don't. I don't know what that is.
He's all up in this club.
No, that's different.
Well,
Superman the hose, Jarrett.
Come on, you know.
Yeah, Superman's dead. That's the only one I know.
No, it's if I go crazy, then will you?
Just call
Still
me.
Superman those hoes.
Pretending I'm a Superman, trying to keep the ground on my feet.
Oh, we did that song on
yeah, we did
our Take One show.
You know which one we got to do for this one is anywhere you go, I'll follow you down. So good, man. That placement. I didn't realize until that song came on. I didn't realize that this movie is like 17 years old or 18.
We could almost do an entire Take One show off of this movie because there were plenty. Because I kind of think about that while we're going through. There were plenty of songs.
Definitely a good soundtrack for sure.
Yeah.
Hot in Here by Nelly.
Yeah,
for sure. Except you can't do that because you don't have any soul, but we could.
What? Oh, no rhythm. Yeah.
You have a soul. I'm saying you don't.
I literally was just soul. Like, are we back to Barut? Barut is on fire here? Like, what?
Oh, well, you don't have a soul either. But
what happened?
But that's not what I meant.
Oh, my God. Well, things go to shit. And then, there's a knock at the door when she's at Michelle's house. And when she's like, it's not Chinese, I'm thinking, oh, it's him, right? Picking her up for the game or something. And no, it turns out it's Mike. He's back. And
Mike. Yeah, this is also the scene where she looked the absolute hottest.
Oh,
my God, that hair was all curly and kind of like blown out. Oh, God.
Woo.
Well, I was more like,
will you just hang on a second?
Get the Chinese food.
I was looking at that couch.
Now she's going to get to have two options of what to eat, though, because the lady left with Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Mm-hmm.
They were probably going family style anyway. It's New York. That's like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so they both have to decide if they want Mugu Gai Pan or...
You just both pick something and then you share.
And the whole point of it is that even though that girl was crazy and clingy and all the stuff, that everybody has somebody, and that guy came back, right? That's the deal. So the games were stupid anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the Chinese food.
Right.
late.
I'm sorry that they didn't get to the Chinese food, babe. In an interview in Washington, they're always going to move, right? But, And I'm sorry.
I will say creatively, because that at some point they have to find out about each other's little bet. And I turned to Kelsey and said, oh, these two bitches now have to go tell Andy that, he was part of this bet thing, but they don't do that. They actually get the guy friends to do it. So there was a little twist, manipulated the boys to go break the news.
Stupid boy.
Hell yeah, they did. I mean, and and we're going to go talk to the boss right now. And then they pretend to walk away. And it was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Sneaky snakes.
Well played.
Sneaky Sneakerson. Vinny, I can't let you play that song because that goes right into Punk Rock 101. So we'll figure something out.
And you were never in danger of playing one song, but two, out of the question.
Well, I don't know if that's a good choice I don't know if Punk Rock 101 is the best choice for another drummer to try to play.
You know what would be a good one?
What's that?
Hold on. Bowling for Soup song.
She said she needed a break. That's the one you always go to, right?
I know that song.
Oh.
No hablo inglés.
Oh,
would
yeah.
be a good one. Or,
yeah.
Fuck. When We Die.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, that one kind of needs Gary on it, too.
I'm Gay?
No, not that one. That's not a
Sucker
good one.
Punch.
Are you just reading down a list of Bowling for Soup songs right now?
What makes you say that?
I don't know. Just an inkling maybe. I don't know.
All the small things.
Yeah, you could play that. Vinny could play on all the small things.
Roses, long stem roses by the stairs.
God damn it, straight to hell.
The hell was that?
Is this true?
Ben, please.
Is this true? Or are you just trying to sell magazines?
I meant every word.
Well, where are you going?
I have an interview.
Yeah, in Washington. I know. Where are you going?
Ben, it's the only place I can go and write what I want to write.
No, I'm not buying that. You can write anywhere. I think you're running away.
Why don't you save your mind games for your next bet, okay? I am not running away.
Bullshit.
Excuse me?
You heard me. Bullshit.
Hey, lady, what do you want to do?
Take the lady's luggage back to her place. She has alternate transportation.
You call my bluff?
You bet I am.
So, have you ever noticed this, Amy? Look right here. Okay, can you see my mouse? Okay, watch right here.
She has alternate transportation.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You bet I am.
Look. Okay, pay attention to this fence right here.
Okay.
And watch. This lady got herself into the shot, and look, she's going, hey, look, they're filming a movie. Did you guys see that?
Oh, that's funny. She pointed right there, like.
Oh man, you know what? I enjoyed that. I thought it was a great movie, and I really did. I thought it was awesome. I mean, I'm a sucker for the chick flick.
So she can't write about like economics at all in New York City.
Right.
Not at that magazine.
There's
It's
nothing.
not the economics capital of the world or anything.
He did say
He said, I can't write about what I want in this city. We're like, what? Yeah, that's like the one that people go to, I think, to write about all the stuff.
Yeah.
The best part of this movie, and I am not opposed to a good rom-com, but I guess the best part of this one for me was that when I went to try to stream it, I found out that it was on HBO Max, which I already have a subscription to, so I didn't have to pay $2.99 to watch this piece of shit.
You don't think it's a piece of shit, do you?
Yeah.
Like the entire thing?
Well, I talked about a couple of scenes that made you laugh, and you laughed at the thing or whatever, and
many times
you talked about how hot she was. Those are two
think
bonus.
of one movie that is worse than this.
For sure. Because you didn't even take a huge dump on this.
Right. I thought it was going to be worse.
Yeah, I can immediately think of worse movies than this for sure. I just didn't like it. It doesn't have the heart that other romantic comedies that I've seen has. In my opinion, it didn't. I never, like I said before, I never got any type of desire for these two morons to end up happy. I don't care. I don't care about that.
Did you like Sleepless in Seattle better?
I did. I liked I liked The Proposal better with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. I liked 10 Things I Hate About You better. You know, there's better execution on that. Maybe that's fine, but it's a movie review podcast. I reviewed this movie. It was fine.
Oh my gosh.
You think it was fine? That was perfect.
Good job.
Hold on, let me see what this one is.
See that big weenie?
See that big weenie? At that point, he's got his out, right? He's got his out showing you.
He's just got his pants like pulled away from his waist. Like,
see that big weenie?
Sean, way to go.
And then you go, I don't think we should talk about that.
Fine.
Oh my God, so good.
I watched that video over and over. I was about crying. It's so
Oh, just like you, Dad.
Oh man,
so funny.
Yeah, the first time I saw it, I mean, and I knew it was going to happen because Eric had already described it to us or whatever. But oh my God, that shit is funny.
It's still funny.
So damn funny, Eric. Well, good choice, Amy. I liked it. Good call.
Thank you for entertaining it because my favorite.
Yep, I really enjoyed it.
Let's check the email box. Email us at jaredgoestothemovies@gmail.com.
Kelsey writes, your son just said, who is that, when he heard his own voice. Show out there.
Is that our one email?
No, that was just on the chat.
That's it.
They must be listening to it out in the other room. All right. Hello, everyone. It's me once again, your favorite Midwesterner. I hope.
I just saw it. I just saw that Kelsey's on the chat. Who was that when he heard himself go?
Oh, there she is.
Fine.
Hi, Eller. I hope this letter finds you all well. How's life? It's probably boring since you're all still in quarantine, but hopefully you'll be back in the studio once again soon. Remember being in the studio for episodes? Crazy, right? Mm-hmm. Jarrett, man, thanks again, dude, for all the kind words you said to me the other night and every other time you said something to me, and in the future for all the things you will say to me. Thank you for being a great guy to talk to. It makes my day. Eric, man, I hope everything is going good with you. Thanks for all your sarcastic comments to me. And yes, I do get butthurt about it a lot. Like a lot. Like a record. But it's cool because I know you just joke around, or do you? Maybe you don't, and this whole thing was a ruse. Maybe, in fact, you do actually like me, and once I come down there, we will be best friends and play on my harmonica together like friendly chaps.
See that big weenie? See that big weenie?
Are they both playing the harmonica at the same time?
That sounds like a sexual euphemism. Casey, I do want to try to slip one in for making a Slipknot joke, but it is getting kind of old, so here on out, no more Slipknot talk. I just wanted to tell you I met Corey Taylor the other day, and I told him you're a fan of his work, and he said that you rock, and I told him I knew you guys. Pretty cool, right? Amy, seriously, you are amazing on the show, and thanks for the follow back on Instagram. It made my week. You honestly seem like such a great and cool mom. Hashtag chasing Amy too. And Sean, man.
That's good.
Good one, buddy.
Yep.
Thanks for the laughs and effort towards this podcast. Man, I really mean every word I say to you because the effort you put into this podcast is just outstanding. Thanks again, guys. And as always, take care. Cool guy from the 515, Vinny Cadildo rhymes with Dillo. Eric Dillo.
See that big weenie?
Just, y'all are killing me with that. He was so sweet and innocent, just proud to be like his dad. Yeah, I mean, it is the sweetest thing ever, and that he's just trying to make sure. Now, when I get bigger, like I'm gonna have a big one like you, Dad.
You see this big old weenie?
He doesn't want to talk about it. That's the part that we didn't know about. We didn't know about him getting frustrated with the conversation. We just thought, okay, just end it. And so that is the icing.
And that was just the part I got on camera. It went on for a long time before I got the phone out and started recording.
Got what you did, because that is so funny, and I'm so glad that's now the fine is my favorite.
That is so good. I mean,
fine.
I'm telling you, like, just from the videos that my friends make of their kids, because Amy has this video of James, and James is just like really, really pissed off, right? Oh. And he's thrown Woody on the ground.
Like 2.
He had thrown Woody on the ground, and he's just standing there, and he's just like silent and looking at her. And Amy's talking in this really, really light voice, and she just goes, what happened? Did you throw Woody on the floor? And he's just like kind of nodding, and she's like, do you think Woody might like to have a hug? And then she goes, would you like to have a hug? And then, and it's just real serious and quiet. And you just hear, and he just starts smiling. He just goes, I tooted. And he breaks character.
He smiled.
Well, toots will never not be funny.
I asked him, I said, would a hug make you feel better?
That's right.
And he said, no.
Yeah.
And then he tooted. And
then, no, you go, don't you say, what do you think might make you feel better? And then
that was it. Yep.
He goes, I tooted.
I thought you were going to talk about his parrot video.
Oh my God. Yeah. See, that one's great too.
So I told my kids that parrots can talk, and I found videos to validate my claim, and they thought it was the funniest thing. And so then they tried to speak like parrots. And now James just said words, pictures, face like a Kelly. I mean, just the most random stuff. So now this whole
quarantine, like it'll be silent, and someone will just go
words, pictures.
Face like a what?
Face like a Kelly.
Like a Kelly? I don't know what. I don't even.
Nobody's decoded that one.
Yeah. I don't even know a Kelly. So.
Yeah.
I'm going to run that through my algorithm to see what he really means.
Please do.
Guys, thanks for listening to the show. You guys can connect with us. Our website's JarrettGoesToTheMovies.com. Facebook is Jarrett Goes to the Movies. We also have a fan page on there as well. Instagram us at Jarrett Movies, or just check out what we're up to. Patreon.com, Jarrett Goes to the Movies, is how you support the show. And your support does mean the world to us. Jarrett Goes to the Movies at gmail.com is our email. And you can text us or leave us a voicemail, 714-451-6029. 714-451-6029. Thanks so much for sharing. Vinny Cataldo, Robert Newsom, Kelly Jane Chupp, Crystal Bales, Barry Ferguson, Carrie Lynn Abner, Tess Steckel, Amy Pitzinger, Steve McCracken, Celeste Merrimeadows, Joey Bishop, Ray Elliott, Laura Gorton, Tess Green, Taylor Moose, Crystal Nicole Jones, Avery Joe Combs, Raven Howell, Arika Longakit, Kaylee Michelle Holcomb, Megan St. Lawrence, Nathan Hooper, Justin Cromer, Robert Stewart the Fourth, Jason Harrell, and Hunter Cagle.
Jackass.
Oh my God. I did not mean that was not okay. Let's just get out of here. Thanks for listening. We'll see you down the road.